Okay, guys, this is the second episode of True Talk BJJ. Uh, I'm your host, Bernardo, and today's subject is team changing. Like the old word for it, it's creoncio. When someone leaves the team and goes somewhere, and I don't know. I'm gonna see. I have to go over some subjects and see if that word's still valid for. I think it's valid for a few times. It was a word that Carson created a long time ago, and because back in the day everybody couldn't really leave the team because it was everybody needed to be faithful and stay on the team. And I think things changed, and we're gonna have an episode about buying athletes. That's something really common right now. There's a lot of teams doing it in some ways, and maybe that's the future of the sport. But today we're going to see changing teams. I think the Creoncio doesn't exist so much anymore. There's not that many guys that get out of the team for no reason or they're a bad person. There's a few cases we're going to talk about, and I want to start. Only going to talk about like the really big teams, in jiu-jitsu, and what I know about it and how it started. Because if you think about it, Gracie Baja always bring Gracie Baja. Halls was the founder. He died on an accident. Carlos Jr. took over. He stayed, created Gracie Baja. There's a lot of people that left. Not a lot of people, but a lot of people had the problem with how much business and McDonald wise kind of franchise Gracie Baja started to be like that. So a lot of people left, and a lot of people still on it. It's a good marketing for getting white belts, and if you don't have a name or you don't know anyone and you want to be free, you can have Gracie Baja. You're just gonna have to pay for it. There's a price. Jeff team, they had to change names. People that don't know, there used to be Gama Filho, and then 2007 they had to move out of they dropped the sponsorship. They had to move out of the location, change locations from the university. Then they started doing MMA. Then the university was like, hey, we don't want to be related to MMA, so you're gonna have to drop the team. So they changed the names to Jeff team. Then we come to the part that we're going to talk some shit, that I know the stories, and I'll have people to come over. Hopefully I'll have enough followers so I can ask some people to come to the show, besides my friends, that I'll make them come and to my podcast in the future and talk and hear that part, like Cumprido, and hit them up. Pancho, please tag him whenever you can and everything. Tell him whenever he's around. I want him to be here because I know Cumprido was in a lot of the meetings that happened in Rio at the time that before Braza was created, right? So if you think about it, Alliance was created. Jacaré used to have masters, right? It was his gym, only him. Then he joined and created a team with Fabio, Gigi, and Fernando, his brother. Then it became Alliance, right? With the years, then 1995, I think, or a little bit before, he went to São Paulo. Then he took Leo 1996 to be there and help him out. Then they started Alliance. It was a super successful team. Then they had a problem in 2002. So what happened is, a lot of places they say it's like, oh, they broke up. Everybody pretty much knows that they're like, hey, they wanted to compete on this tournament. There was a new federation happening in Brazil. Then after that, Fabio said no, and that's what happened. There's a lot more to it, right? Like, one, Fabio didn't want it. It's not because he didn't like the federation. It's because SBJJ back in the day, used to give a part of the number of students that are affiliated and register in the tournament back to the people. So he had a deal with CBJJ, that's in Brazil at the time, to bring everybody to the tournament, and he'll get a percentage of the affiliations. And so that's why. It wasn't because he wasn't didn't want it to grow or anything like that. But if you think about it, it was like I think it was five. I don't know if it's $5,000 or 5,000 reais. I think it was dollars because if I'm not mistaken, the picture it's Leo, Terere, and all Teles and all those guys holding the money, and it was in dollars. It was a big money at the time. They had an amazing team. It was Teles, Terere, Leo, Cumprido, Vitor Viana. Wow, only those guys. Damian Maya, only those guys over there. That's who how they gonna lose? It was a guaranteed money. This is 2002. Dollar, I think 2002 was 1.5 for 1 real, so it's like a lot of money. Back in the day, there was nothing. There was not a lot of super fights or anything like that happening. And I understand Fabio being like, "Oh man, I don't want you to go over there and fight," but it wasn't nothing to do with the federation or that he didn't like Luizinho that was the president for the other federation. It was just his greediness and his deal that he had with CBJJ. And hopefully Cumprido can come because he was at the meetings when all that stuff happened. Then Leo used to teach at one gym and Fabio used to have his gym, right? So Fabio couldn't kick everybody out because it was a voting of if they're going to compete or not. So he told his students, be like, "Hey, you guys can't come and train in my gym anymore." And he thought they were going to punish all the guys, right? Then everybody was like, "Oh, okay, so we're just going to train with Leo at his location." So everybody went and trained with Leo. Then Fabio got super mad because then the guys were still training. Then he started talking to Jacaré and everything. Jacaré was already in Atlanta, so he kind of like, after he moved to Atlanta, he left the gym and everything to him in São Paulo, Gigi Paiva in Rio, and under their control, So he pretty much took over Alliance, but it was pretty much his gym. And after that happened, they started talking to Romero, and Romero couldn't choose a side, and he was like super like, "Oh, I don't know. Then some other problems. We're going to ask Leo. Leo's going to be in the show, he can tell you better. I'll make some good questions for him. Then Fabio was pretty much like pissing freaking Romero off just because it's not. I don't think that he wanted people to leave the team because he know how powerful the team was. I think he just wanted to everybody bow down to him and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we disobeyed you and we went over there and fought without you, and." It's just a power trip, pretty much what he wanted. That's how I see it, Then that happened. Then they get out, and to respect for Romero that didn't kick them out of the team, and they were just still their masters and everything. They gave the name of the team Masters, and they run for a year, and they won worlds. They won a bunch of stuff as a team because they had an amazing team and things like that. Then after that, they were still having a little bit of a problem, with the name, and some people in Europe and places like that using Alliance and Master patch and trying to make it was kind of too related to the team and thinking that they're still the same team, so they stopped doing that and they created Brasa, right? So there's Leo, Demia, Castelo, Cumprido, Ricardo, Vitor Viana, Felipe Costa. Probably forgetting some names of those guys. Then they created Brasa. Then at Brasa, after that, we had same time, Teles and Terere, that I was a part of the team, created TT Jiu-Jitsu. And that's when we come, and that's where TT was really, really important for the sport, how I see it, because of TT Jiu-Jitsu. Alliance became a great team. And pretty much the base of the team right now, it's all TT Jiu-Jitsu. So Fabio needs to be grateful that Terere got sick and the team broke up. Because at the time, all those guys, Sergio Moraes, Langui, Lepre, Cobrinha, they're all into the team. And now they pretty much lift the team at some point. Then Bernardo Faria came and Léo Nogueira and those guys came. They only had Marcelo Garcia and Tarsis Humphreys. Léo Leite, but Léo Leite was super focused on Pan Ams and stuff like that for the Olympics in Brazil, so he wasn't really competing at the time. And that's it. That's the only guys they had it. And he was lucky that Terere got sick. Then from that team, André Galvão left, right? And that's how you broke up the first time. The first time André Galvão went to TT, his teacher came and he was like, hey, you're too strong or like too good a competitor, you're too talented to stay over here. You need to go someplace else. So they went to the final location. Terere was like, yeah, okay. Put him under his wing. He did everything. Terere did everything for the kid. Everything. And all those guys over there, you know? And that's the reason why, too, we're going to get into the subject is why Cobrinha and André hate each other so much. It started at TT because they pretty much fought for the attention of Terere or like being the prodigy for Terere at the time, and you know, a little rivalry between him and André, and that's why they hate each other. Then the Cobrinha went to Alliance because André chose Braza first. So then Cobrinha didn't want to go nowhere with André because he hated André. Then he went to Alliance, and that's how Alliance got herself up again. So you understand how bad it was. I remember one time we went to a tournament, and Teles told me to go pick up the little, you know, the placement of the podium and medals and stuff like that for the team. And I went down there and got with a guy, and he gave me the little thing, and I was looking at the list. Alliance was 7th place on the state championship. And don't get me wrong, the state championship in Brazil back in the day in São Paulo was really, really strong. You know, we don't have any opens for my CBJJ or anything like that. It was just like, it was the state, it was all the opens. We have a couple of, we have one major one, and we have the other ones to, a couple of, we call it opens from the local state tournament. But it was really, really strong. You know, everybody used to compete on it. And they used to get 7th. They had no one. They have no students. They have no one. They were super weak, you know. They're done after that broke up. And thanks to Terere, all that happened. But the subject that I want to get is why André Galvão left the team, right? And this is the reason why he left Braza too at the time. The thing is, André Galvão was training, Terere was sick. The training was still good. Everybody was there. But the problem is, André doesn't... I think he probably changed now. But at the time, how I see it and the way he left Braza that you guys are going to see in this Terere, he left because he lost, right? So he got his first year, he went, he killed it, finished on the finals of the black belt, went over there, won it, you know, got the gold medal and everything, won world championship, was like a phenom, still is, he's amazing at jiu-jitsu, shit. And that's what he did. Then next year, or the nationals on the same year, he went and he got murdered by, not murdered, but he lost. Yeah, I think he got murdered the first time by Marcelo Garcia. Then he came back and he was talking to Terere and he was like, and I remember after training was done and everything, we're just sitting down. Terere wasn't training. He was just waiting for us to go eat lunch. And André came and was like, hey man, you know, it's like, I need you to train me and everything. I lost and you know his game and I needed to go and I need to win and everything, blah, blah, blah. And Terere turned to him and it was like, man, when I was your age, I had my gym, I was a world champion, and I was training everybody and I was training myself. You can do that too. Then Andre's like, oh, it's not like that. And he complained a little bit more. Then Terere went to him and was like, if you're not happy, go to Gracie Barra, Playboy. Then André Galvão just shook his hand and left, you know, and like, then after that, I think he went to talk to Leo and everything. Then that's how he ended up in Braza, right? Because of that, because like, oh, he didn't want to train. But in the end, he was blaming Terere because he doesn't have a coach or anything. And I can understand, you know, it's like he was upcoming and everybody needs a coach and everybody needs a mentor. But still, he always blamed everybody. And now we're going to go to Braza. He got to Braza, got over there. He's a perfect athlete, right? If you see him, how much he trains, how much he's coachable, how much he listens to everybody. I have to give credit to the guy. He's really, really good, man. There's nothing to say anything about his jiu-jitsu, the way he trains. You know, he's a super athlete. And Leo's the amazing coach. It's not because he's my coach, but man, I've been under other people and listened to other people. And I've seen black belts coming in and out of the team, and they all have the same respect for him. And even Hafa and Guy, that was not even directly coached by Leo, when they run into him into tournaments and everything, Leo had something to say. They always listen to him because they've been there. Even Andre, it's like they've been there. They know what Leo and how he is. And he got there and he started doing it, and the years comes by. Then Andre went and qualified for the ADCC, right? So that's how all the drama started. Then, oh yeah, he's definitely a game changer. Yeah. Then under that game to ADCC, on that camp, a few guys came to Florida, right? Pablo went to Sao Paulo, stay over there 2 weeks, and he's like, hey man, I have a house. You guys come and you guys train it for 45 days. You guys come and train with us at Florida. And everybody accepted. Everybody was like, okay, let's go, let's do it. And everybody went. They're all training over there. Pablo was training. Andrea was at the same weight class. They already knew that from the beginning when they accept to go and everybody voted to go over there. Okay, so you guys know that. Then training was done. They got over there. They knew, and let them know. It's like, hey, you guys are probably gonna. They even signed up Pablo as a different team, so maybe people will let them only meet in the finals. But then all the ADCC's guys knew they were training together and everything, so they put them on the second fight. And second or third fight, if I'm not mistaken. And they fought. And the deal was nobody coaches anyone. Let them go and just scream the time. Lucas Leite was sitting on Andrea's thing, and he was just supposed to scream the time for both of them. And Andrea was winning, I think, or like at least he was pretty much winning. And he asked the time. Someone asked the time. He didn't say the time, or he said the time. Then Pablo ended up winning the fight. That's pretty much what happened in the fight. Doesn't really change anything. The matter is that after the fight, that's what changed. Then he went back and he lost, and he got upset. Then again, he starts pretty much blaming on people, and he was like, I lost it because of this. Then he starts getting weird, and he didn't get happy. Then at the time, Leo was going to leave too because he was having some problems with Braza, right? What pretty much happened to Braza really fast is just that all the other guys wanted to have a leader. Then they want Leo to do the rules and everything. Then he will do the rules and he will do everything, but then people wanted to break the rules because they didn't like it. So it was kind of weird because they would be like, oh yeah, you do the rules. Then he would do the rules and people would be like, nah, and start complaining. Like small stuff about t-shirts or patches and stuff like that, website, small things. And he got tired of doing all that stuff. So he's like, man, I'll just create my teams with my brothers. Then Andrea was again, lost, start complaining, blaming on people, of course, because he didn't lose. It was Lucas' fault. At first, it was Lucas' fault, right? Because Lucas was sitting at the corner and he didn't scream the time, or he screamed the time or something like that. Then he was talking shit about Lucas, and he didn't agree. And after that, some money issues too, because they made it like, hey man, let's everybody get 10% of everything that everybody won, and let's give to the guys that came to help, like Pancho, Lucas, Marcelo Zada, Ricardo. They all got with their own money. They came to America and they helped the guys at the camp during that time, and they never fought. So even before the fight or anyone placed on anything, that was the deal, right? And if you think about it, everybody did really well because Robert won the open division, Damian won, and Leo, I think Leo won. Well, Leo got second. No, Leo got second, lost in the finals, and Pablo won. So it was really successful. So that started being a problem too, and people started complaining, and everybody. And that generated. It was a lot of small little things. But back to Andrea and what happened. It's the part that it's a lot that you guys are gonna see on this that I'm trying to get is it's a lot of how you get out of the team and what you do. If you look for the best for you and you sit with the guy that's responsible, your sensei, your professor, whatever you want to say, and be like, hey, I need better training. I need to go. The guy can't really say anything, you know? It's gonna be like, okay, do your best. You think you don't have any training? Go ahead, you know? But Andre, again, he was like bitching about some stuff, complaining about stuff, blaming on people, leaves on his own team. Ramon Lim was even worse. I remember, me, Pancho remembers this. Me, Leo, and Pancho went to eat at a sushi place. Then Leo was like, oh, Andre, it's gonna leave, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, and I told him like Helmo's gonna go with him, and he's like, no, I don't think so, because he called me, and he said he's gonna stay, he's on the team, and all that stuff. Then Helmo left, like a week later. Helmo left, you know. So that's the kind of things, like, why are you gonna lie and say something, then you're gonna, and that's not even what you want, you know. But again, it's how you get out of the team and how you do things. And then after that, he wrote an email to Leo, and he was talking a bunch of shit. You know, it's like, it's your fault. You sold yourself. He's pretty much saying that Leo sold himself, as in training. He did everything so Pablo could win. That's why he made everybody go to Florida. And he was happy, and Pablo gave him money to coach him and all that stuff. Then on the end of the email, and this is, man, Leo was he's super quiet. He doesn't post a lot about it, but you know, he's a super good Christian and things like that. You know, he's not that kind of guy that be like screaming with the Bible like crazy and posting every day, and every single interview that he can, he'll say something. But he's like, you know, he respects other people, and he knows his place. And Andre was just beginning to be a Christian, and Andre texted him on the last phrase of the email was something on these words. He was like, you need to think less about money and need more Jesus on your heart. It's like, how you say something like that to someone, you know? It's like, the guy at the time, I remember the guy coached him so much, man. Pretty much 90% of what Andre know about ADCC rules, fighting, everything, it was Leo. And when he won the open division, he went over there and he told Leo that, you know, at least he recognized. But man, you don't get out of the team and you say some shit like that. You know, it's like you butt hurt because you lost and you go over there and talk some shit. No, man, just do your thing. You know, be like, hey, I'm not happy, I'm gonna leave, and just go your way. You know. So I think that's the major thing. Okay, really quick announcement. There's about the gi, right? I'm gonna make a post on True Talk BJJ Instagram, and you guys need to follow True Talk BJJ, follow Shoyoro, comment on the picture that I'm gonna put, say some, you know, hashtag True Talk BJJ, and tag at least 2 friends. Then I'm gonna use this app, and I'm gonna record it, and I'll have posting the drawing, and I'm gonna have a Shoyoro gi. We have 2 sizes. We have an A1 and A2, and whoever wins, I'll DM you and I'll send you the picture, and you can choose what gi you want. We have a couple of more gis. We're still gonna do that a few more times, and I'm gonna try to get some other stuff for you guys. You know, try to help out people that are helping me. You know, thank you guys for listening. And if you're on YouTube too, just go over there, subscribe. We have podcasts it's on Apple, up on Apple too, if you want to. Thank you. I really appreciate the support. You know, Leo really helped me out on this. He really believed on me and everything. And Fee, he's in Japan, man. He texted me and he was like, hey, do you guys need microphone and headphones and everything? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'll send you some. He works at this factory over there, you know, and podcast was not even, the first episode was not even up, you know, and Bear 2, he listened to it and he was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, you know, all the guys over there, Marco, AJ, and everybody, Tash and everybody, it's over there. Thank you very much. The guys from Shuro hooking me up with the geese, so we can bring some more people to the podcast, so they can hear some true stories about these legends of the sport that sometimes they're not as nice as you guys think. And I think that's the reason why I'm doing this podcast. It's to take the mask off, of that nice Christian boy. He's not that nice, Then after back to the subject, after he created his team, he couldn't blame anyone else. Congrats to him. He created an amazing team, And maybe one day, man, if I have a lot of followers, I think maybe he'll come over here and defend himself and tell his side of the story. I'll ask the questions. I'll ask if he takes steroids. I ask about the email. I'll ask about Terere. I'll ask all about that. I think that's. I don't want to hear any more of a. How's your training? How's the 2005 fight against George? How was that? Ooh, how's that single leg that you always do? That kind of shit. You want to know what really happened. I want to make them answer the questions that everybody asks, when they're on the mat, but nobody asks them on the microphone. So that's what I want to do. And I thank you guys for helping me out doing that. Well, then Checkmat was created. Then a few guys left Checkmat, man, like any other team. They leave, Like for right now, if you think about it, at Atos, you're gonna change. Well, I'm gonna do another podcast about this, like buying athletes. It's like a lot of people left. If you think about it, for example, Brotherhood, right? It was created by a bunch of athletes. Leandro's the head guy, but it was created by a bunch of athletes. What happened? They were not happy. They're going over there. They're pretty much doing their own training. Cicero didn't give a technical attention. He would just go over there and mock Leandro. He was like, now you're a playboy, huh? Instead of being like, oh shit, man, look at this guy. He's making, and he got a project, and it's a bunch of poor people in Brazil. I can't understand why he could just go, hey, look what happened when you guys make it. I don't like this thing. Yeah. It's like, no, he was mocking him, and he was not giving training or like coordinating the training. And Leandro was like, man, we need to do our own thing, because we're not gonna go anywhere like this. It was unorganized. People just show up over there and just roll. He did what was best for him. He was mad, but they still talk. They still train. A lot of the guys do cost training and everything, and they don't have a problem. Robert Drysdale at the time, he was like, hey, I want to do my own thing. Leo still went over there, graduated him, helped him on 2 fights, I think, in the UFC, and coach him, went over there to coach him, because he wanted to do his own thing. And he came out and he was like, hey, Leo, this is the deal. I'm going to do my own thing. It's like, things are weird. I'm not happy. I'll do my own thing. Then we have Cavaca. And, man, the way that he tried to, man, it's all about fucking power, man. It's this. Leo had a visa problem. That's how everything started, right? Leo had a visa problem. He couldn't come to America for 3 years. Then Cavaca could come. And Cavaca was taking care of the people on the Pan Ams, Worlds No Gi, and he was doing an amazing job, kind of like coordinating and trying to be like the head guy. And I think that went up to his head and be like, yeah, man, I have everything, It's like everybody listens to me. And he had Buchecha and some other guys. They were like the upcoming, like purple belt, brown belts kind of guys, and even a black belt to the end. It was like the first year as a black belt and everything, and even more later on, And he thought it was like, hey, I have all these guys. They're like new and upcoming, and I have the power, right? Then once Leo came back, pretty much a year after, I think. The years are kind of blurry. But he was trying to, I still remember I was here first, and we went to Pomona at Luca's house or somewhere, and that's like right before Worlds. Cavaca was trying to convince everybody to leave the team, like behind Leo's back. He was like texting Lucas and like talking to Lucas, and he sent an email to a bunch of people and be like, hey man, let's create our own team, blah, 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 blah. Because Leo, after he came back to be able to come to America and do everything that he needed to do as a team, he was taking Cavaca's power, but it was never his power. It was just like he could still stay on the team and still help and do everything. But again, the power tripping, like, I have the power, I have all the competitors, they're going to follow me. But one guy from Manaus, Esquisito was kind of like, yeah, man, kind of supporting him, like a little bit. He was, I'll give you this. He was kind of like on the top of the fence, He was like, oh, I don't know, and he was like seeing how Cavaca, and he met Cavaca, like all the powers he was starting to like, So he was kind of like, yeah, I'll support you. But in the end, what made a big difference is where the OGs of the team have the power, and we call him. He never listens to my podcast. It's okay. He probably never will, but I'll have him on the show. Lucas Leite, he was him and Pancho were the first two guys, and everybody from the team is really grateful for them to opening the doors and staying here and taking, being the guys that just pretty much open the doors for everybody, man. Lucas will have like 15 guys, 10 guys inside his house, man, for everybody. Now he'll show all the way for everybody, like, hey, this is where you go, this is where you buy stuff, or like eat and cheap stuff, and have cars and get jobs to people. He was the one that gave the job to Buchecha, man. The first 2-3 years Buchecha was here, man, he was like, hey, I'll give you a car, and he gave a job to Buchecha. He's our godfather, and I think after Buchecha was already living here, and Cavaca thought Buchecha was like his prodigy, and of course thought he was gonna stay, but Buchecha everybody was a friend, and everybody would do and hustle in America, and to the end he was like, hey, what's up, Lucas? And Lucas was like, man, I'm not leaving. And Cavaca was still like, whatever, and he was asking other people, and people were like, nah, I'm gonna go where Lucas go. Then this is like behind the scene. After Worlds, and then we're eating somewhere, and we get out of the thing, and we start talking, and Lucas comment, and he was like, man, fucking Cavaca doing this thing. And I was like, what's up? What's going on? Because I was in Brazil, then I came over for the tournament, and Lucas was like, oh, this is happening. I was like, you guys not gonna let know? He was like, oh, I don't know, man, So I know we ended up telling Leo, and Leo was like, after Worlds is done, we have a meeting. And everybody that was there, that's like all my friends, they remember, like we did this meeting right after. It was super weird because Buchecha won, and he didn't really celebrate. It was like I think his second or third title, and he couldn't. I think it was the second. He couldn't celebrate. We went to this meeting at the old Conde Coma, and we sat down. We stayed over there for freaking 3 hours talking or some shit like that, And there's some other guys that had some problems, like communication problems, man. It's all about communicating, It's like, again, it's like you come down, you sit down, you talk to the person, It's like, don't make up your minds like, hey, I'm gonna leave this shit. Nobody likes me. Talk. Maybe things can change, But then Cavaca went over there, and Leo was like, "What's up?" And everybody, he was like, "Oh no," and everybody was like, "Yeah, you're going behind that back and trying to make everybody to leave." And pretty much Buchecha in the end was like, hey, I'll go wherever Lucas goes. And everybody pretty much stayed. And he was like, oh shit, he left. Of course, he took some of his affiliations, created his own team and everything, but it was never the same, He did had some competitors, but it wasn't the same thing. He thought he was going to take everybody. Again, how you get out of the team. And the worst thing is this, right? One of the worst parts that I think, it was not even going behind your back. You're doing your own thing. But he went at this south part of the country, did a seminar, right? Participated in the graduation. Then this is Saturday and Sunday. Then Monday he posted he gets out of the team. It's like, it's really fucked up. It's like, what kind of person are you? It's like you made up your mind. You're going to get out of the team, but you go over there, you participate in the graduation, and someone got you to have a seminar in the graduation. And this is like, trust me, man, like art, Sebastian Lally, he does an amazing job over there in the South, He has a lot of students, man. And nowadays, he shout out to them and is like, man, him and his wife, man, they do an amazing job. They run the IBJJF opens over there, in Curitiba, man. They have tons and tons of students. They have a bunch of like amazing guys. Students, there's always some people coming up out of there. He's super nice guy, and man, he did a seminar over there for all his schools and all his affiliations, and next day the guy was like, yeah, I'm out, take you guys money before I leave. you know and Renato Cardozo does that same thing. Renato Cardozo, I'll tell you this, he did the same thing. He went over there one weekend, did the seminar, got some money, and left. Again, it's how you get out of the fucking team. You're like, how fucked up are you that you're going to do a fucking seminar, take people's money, and just be like, yeah, I'm out of the fucking team. But karma, man. Now he's over there. Got no one. His prodigy probably going to leave too. And bring us to the subject that his prodigy is in America. And we have people on our team that came from other teams, It's common. Like, we have Panza that came from Barbosa, and I remember once we were warming up and I was in the air and I was like, hey, what's up, man? It's like, are you leaving here, huh? I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I really want to come over here. I told him, like, hey, if you're here, the opportunity is going to show up. If you're not here, no one's going to wait anymore like back in the day to bring you from Brazil. And it's an opportunity, it's like if your team doesn't have anyone in America, you need to look for what's better for you. That's what happened. Look at Murillo. Murillo was from Barbosa, create a unit. That it comes from the gossip that we have today. As you guys know, I don't know, the Meow left unit, right? Nobody knows the reason. They post this dramatic post like, oh, after so many years, getting out as a traitor and everything. He was a fucking traitor. I'll tell you this. Little sneaky snake Meow brothers. I'll tell you what they did. So this is the deal. They wanted to open a gym, right? Murillo, man, weird guy, but that's his vibe. Super quiet, amazing jiu-jitsu. Knows jiu-jitsu like a handful of people. He's a scientist of the sport, right? He went over there, and the guys came to them and like, hey, we want to open a gym. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll help you guys out. And he was like, okay. It was going to be, he's like, yeah, let's open. He's like, okay. He did the same thing in Devon. Devon just got his belt, and he was like, hey, I want to open the gym. He's like, okay, I'll help you go out. He went over there, opened Devon's gym, and it was all cool about it. But then, man, coronavirus started. People took a hit. Pretty much every single gym out there, doesn't matter where you are, you're suffering. Doesn't matter how much money you make, you can't open your door for 3 months, and you still have to pay rent. He's in New York, man. They just moved to a bigger place. Of course you're gonna have, it's like you have to pay this $10,000, $12,000 rent, and you have like 40%, 60% of the students all canceled. It's not the same amount. Everybody's gonna take a hit. Then he told me, I was like, hey, man, let's just wait a little bit. Once we recover from this, once you open everything back again, and the gym start running again, I'll help you out with that. And Paulo's like, oh, yeah, okay. Sneaky snakes, Meow brothers, went behind his back, found a place 3 blocks from his gym. How's that? The guy brought them from Brazil, and this is, again, the power trip. People told me, like, hey, I think he was thinking that's like, he believed that unit just run and people will only go there because of them. There were some pretty nasty things, and Murillo heard about it, came in, got to the mat, and I was like, hey, what's up with this shit? And they argue and everything, and some details, I don't know. It's kind of weird, Can't talk about it. But there was some pretty nasty shit. But Paulo, and they say João, the whole time they were arguing, João was on the corner drilling, beating Bolo. I don't doubt it. I don't know if it was a joke the guy told me, but I believe it. But that's the whole thing, man. How you leave your team, And back in the day, it was just honor. It doesn't matter. You could be like suffering on the fucking team, and and you had to stay over there because that was what it is. You had to stay over there, But now It's all you left at your team. It's like there's people that leave their team, but they're just not happy, man. Yuri Simons left our team. He wasn't happy. He was just left. Nobody cared. Well, we cared because we liked him, but he left Caio Terra. Talking about that, Musi Messi left. Not surprised because Lucy Messi left 5 teams already before he left Caio Terra, but they say that Musu Messi was tired of Caio, for all that stuff. And like making the challenges and controlling his life. And I heard even like sponsorship and stuff like that. He's the guy that does the thing and he asks for too much stuff. And Musu Messi is not even like fine with the deal and he's still like arguing with the person. And I heard once he was like, he kind of like, he's not even nice to the kid. He always like try to correct him and humiliate him and talk some shit with him. Like even on a seminar, someone told me that once they were doing a seminar and guy was like, yeah, that shit doesn't work. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Get out of there. Kind of stuff like that, And it's like, man, why? Kid got tired, left. He got his reasons. Where he's going, I don't know. Roberto Jimenez left Alliance. Well, his dad did, right? So he needs to follow his dad for sure. He was his dad, and he always just trained Lucas Lepre, and that will probably hurt him for sure. He needs to have some training partners. He's a really good kid, but again, Alliance too greedy. They charge too much money. Fabio's all about that business. Then he couldn't, man, this coronavirus, and Fabio's still like, hey, you need to buy 1,000 geese and pay this much a month for the affiliation, all that stuff. And he was like, man, I'm not having money. It's like Corona. We barely have any students. Everything is closed. Can't work. And they're like, well, I don't care. And he was like, okay, fuck you. Left. I think that's a good reason. If you're that fucking greedy that you're going to charge everything and be that greedy on the sport, people need to leave your fucking ass. But again, same reason I think a lot of people leave Gracie Baja too. It's like they get tired of all the pain, buying geese and shorts and things like that, and all that. But yeah, man, those are the little dramas of how you leave your team. I think it's the most important thing. And if you buy people too, it's like that's another thing we need to talk about. It's like how this new generation, it's like they take I see it as an opportunity, but it's really fucked up. Again, there's always how you do stuff. It's like if you create an opportunity and people want to be a part of your team, and once they get to your team and you be like, hey, what's up? What can I have? And you'd be like, okay, this is what we're going to give you. It's one thing. Another thing, it's like what you did to the freaking Izaki Bayensi did. He called some guys from his old team and be like, hey, you guys need to come to my team, to Alliance. If you guys stay over there, it's never going to fucking be anything, and that guy's never going to win anything. It's like, man, how you do that? How you call someone from your old team that pretty much saved your life? If you don't know his stories, man, it's crazy. He was like, Fabio Andrade, man, freaking saved this kid's life, made him pretty much what he is. And the kid went over there and stabbed him in the back, left, comes back, stabbed him on the team again with the Beniz brothers. Call them out and be like, hey, what's up? Come to my team. You guys are never going to be a world champion if you stay over there and that shit. And that's how he got kids. It's like, but it's karma, After that, he still, Argis came and beat him a bunch of times. So, karma, my friend. This is jiu-jitsu, We have a lot of karma. Martial arts have karma. That's why you need to know how to get out of your team, But yeah, but it's all about power, man. It's either the money, that's a power, the greediness of the I want to have the best team in the world, all that kind of stuff, You can't, man. It's really fucked up. Yeah, a lot of people got hit by karma. Yeah. How long was that? I don't know. Subject's kind of slow. Can't really talk shit, because people need to. In the end, people need to do whatever they want, And that's why I think if you just talk to someone, you can't do shit like that. Like call people, do a fucking seminar and leave, go be guys people back. That kind of stuff is just fucked up. You don't do that kind of shit, You just fake ass people. Fuck that. But man, like Atos, like a lot of people talk shit about them, but I don't know. I don't see them like Dream Art's way worse. Like how he's doing. Like he's giving the opportunity, but he has this really super rich guy behind his back, and the guy's buying everybody and doing all this stuff and buying all the athletes and and make them like be a part of the team. Then you have freaking Patrick Gaudio going over there, man. It's like, what's wrong with you? It's like, open your own gym, man. It's like, you're gonna go over there. It's like nobody's really care about you. You already made black belt. You can have the training, but they want the Moniz brothers and they want the small little kids and the blue belts and the purple belts and everything to freaking win. It's really fucked up. Keenan got kicked out. Yeah, I forgot about that, huh? I'm talking about Atos. Keenan got kicked out. If you guys don't know, I don't know if Keenan told you that, he got kicked out. The reason that got kicked out, and I saw the voting, only 2 guys voted against him on the black belts. So that means he's douchebag, right? Fucking, if he got kicked out of the team, and I think 25 black belts, 2 guys only 2 out of 25 don't kick you out of the team, you can't be a good person. It's not a good partner or a good training partner or a good team member, And they say that he used to only come close to competitions. He'll do his training, he'll live. He'll pay the gym because he didn't want to show positions on Andre, because that's the deal Andre has with his students, is like they help him with the internet stuff, they show him stuff and things like that, help with the kids class, then they can train for free. I think that's a great idea, It's like at least they have to work to get the training. Keenan didn't want to do that, so he paid his fees as a normal member of the gym, and he'll come, show up whenever he got super fights. He'll show up whenever someone had something else. He will not even give a fuck, not even train, and always late. Didn't want to do the warm up. Didn't want to do anything else. He was pretty much using the good training that they have out there. And how I see about Keenan is like it's his fault, but at the same time he came from Hawaii. He went to Lord Irving, right? At the time that he was like a purple belt, blue belt in Lord Irving used to bring all the Brazilians. There was not a lot of Brazilians leaving over here, right? It was right in the beginning. So Lord Irving would bring guys over and teach seminars for a month. It would be teaching at his gym. So he would stay over there and he'll see that's like there's no value, right? There's all these other guys like Rafa stayed over there, Bruno Fazato. There were a bunch of guys that went over there and stayed over there for a long period of time teaching because it was good money, and opportunities, man. Fuck it. So Lord Irving started growing and they have like this team and they have all this instructions that I think was missing, this new jiu-jitsu kind of stuff, and built this team. And that's how he was raised. He saw all these guys coming in, coming out. Nobody cared, and in the end, it's still martial art, man. You still own respect and honor, and you need to be grateful. That's the whole thing. That's the word. You need to be grateful to the knowledge that people give you, because the knowledge of jiu-jitsu or any martial arts, even more jiu-jitsu, it takes years and years for you to build that knowledge on an everyday base so you can pass to someone. And that's why when he got to Atos, he was just like, fuck it, good training. That's awesome for me. And he used them. It didn't work. Never world champion black belt. I don't think he's going to be right now because, man, taking care of a gym and karma again. He comes and he writes on his freaking Instagram, American Jiu-Jitsu. It's like, what a fucking asshole. Keenan, if you ever listen to this, you're an asshole. For that, I think you're good at jiu-jitsu. I think, just like Kaioteha, you sabotage yourself with your fucking lapel. Because if you just play lapel, but you do normal jiu-jitsu on other times in some fights, you could probably have won the world championship, but I don't think you're going to win anymore. Because now even karma is against you. So, I would love to have you over here and we can talk about it one day. Me and you argue. Do both podcasts at the same time. You do your show, I'll do mine. But he paid the karma. You know, it doesn't matter. It's like you can't play American football and only because you open a team you're gonna do. No, it's not American football. My team is foot. You know, and that's the name of the sport now. It's not. It's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You can be the American. That's great. You're a patriot. Amazing, man. I live in this country. You know, I know what you're doing. You know, it's like that's where I came out of my country to live here. So it's like shit. America, yeah. You know, but you can't change the name of the fucking sport. It's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you learn from an American guy, it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu taught by an American guy. You know, and it is what it is. And if you guys don't remember, Lord Irving did that. He had an amazing team. He came up to Worlds with a t-shirt. On the back was American Jiu-Jitsu. Months after, you know what happened? All that scandal with him and the girl and the team, and she giving sexual abuse and everything happened. His team done. Everybody left. Now has like 2-3 guys. They're doing it, you know, not that good anymore. Karma. Keenan paid his karma too. Wrote American, and it's probably still over there. You know, I don't follow him. Maybe True Talk BJJ I do. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to follow him just so I can tag him if I don't ever talk shit. You know, it's like tag the guy, have him on, so he knows I'm talking shit. Not talking shit. I'm just talking the truth. I'll give you my opinion. It's karma. It's like you can't write American Jiu-Jitsu if the sport's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know, and think everything is okay. Well, you can, but it's kind of a douchebag move. But then he never been submitted as a black belt. He went to fight Europeans. First tournament as in Keenan and his gym, and got armbarred on the final of the open division. That's karma right there. It was the American Jiu-Jitsu that finished him. That's what I tell you. Okay, man. Have to have respect. Karma. You know, but he will learn. Now he has a gym. You have students and everything, and you'll see. You'll see that's like how it hurts for you to believe in someone and you waste your time and your knowledge that took you like 10, 12 years to learn something, and you let them know everything. Because this is the deal, right? It's like if you pay a private for me and you're a fucking asshole, I can charge you like $2,000 for the private, and I can show you a position and be like, yeah, man, this is how you do the position, and you're gonna be like, yeah, amazing. I only showed you 70% of the details. You know, the position is gonna work 70% of the time, of course. You know, like if everything goes right. But then I'll get someone that's my student for free. I teach him all the little details, the little secrets, the things that will make the percentage of the position to work from 70% to 80, 90%. You know, because he deserves it. And I think Keenan in the end he's gonna feel it's like one day someone's gonna leave him and he's gonna be like, I want to see him being all chilled and be like, yeah, it's okay, you know, I only invested 80 years on him and did everything for this kid, but it's okay. No, you know, man, it's like I'm not saying you don't have the right. Everybody has the right, and everybody needs to be grateful. But the way he is, and I think the way he acts a little bit, he's kind of like, I don't think he's grateful for anything. I think, you know, he's kind of arrogant. I don't know him so well as a person and everything. You know, only see him in competitions, but karma, man. And I don't think he's gonna be a world champion anymore. You know, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't see it. If I have to predict, I don't see it coming. Definitely not. No, not gonna happen. Well, who else? Who else could we talk shit about? Not talk shit. It's just the truth. But it hurts. And a lot of people don't talk about it. So people call it shit talking. It's not shit talking. If you're telling and giving your opinion and telling the truth, it's not shit talking. I'm just telling the story or giving my opinion, you know? And what can we do? There's nothing we can do, right? Uh, Man, I don't know how long was this. I'm trying to see on the computer how long I've been talking to. Because this one I'm going to try to make it shorter, you know? Last time was too long. People didn't want to listen to it, the whole entire thing. But I don't know. The subject, I try to trim down the subject because I want to go later on. I want to talk about like buying people and everything, maybe. You know? What do you guys think? You guys, it's going to be the future of the sport. People buying students, you know? Instead of like Dream Art, start offering money and signing contracts and be like, hey, what's up, Busheshe? You want to come to stay on my team for 2 years? I'll pay you this much money. For the people that are fighting, it would be nice, you know. But then the martial art kind of aspect of the sport, it's gonna kind of lose that kind of shit, you know. But that's how Brotherhood lost a lot of people, man. They had a good team with them, Braguinha, Luisa, you know, Rafael, Caio, a bunch of guys left Brotherhood because they needed a opportunity. And I don't blame them. You know, it's like you can't stay in Brazil, man. If United States is already kind of hard for some athletes. I think if I'm not mistaken, man, I think Busheshi is the only guy that doesn't work as in teaching jiu-jitsu today. He only leaves out of his sponsors. But you're talking about a guy that did something that no one got even close to doing it. You know, even average, if you look at numbers, even average, nobody got even close to him. You know, so you can't compare yourself to the higher standards or completely out of the curve. You know, but couldn't save. Ooh. It couldn't download the video. Okay, delete the video. I don't care. Yeah, sorry guys for the podcast. I'm trying to figure out how to do a live because our time is over. And we're back to the live. Checking connections. You are now live. So, yeah. You know, the sport, it is what it is, man. You can't. You have to work. Everybody has to work. People need money. Unfortunately, the sport doesn't give you enough money nowadays. And I think that's a big part of why people leave the team too, you know. Guys, if you want to make some questions, you can make some questions. I don't care. You know, they'll be nice too. What's up, Winslow? Coisinha linda. Winslow Ramos. Man, this kid. Man, you need to fight MMA again, man. What's up? This kid's amazing. Amazing jiu-jitsu. Really good at MMA. You know, yeah. Definitely. Atos and AOJ. Oh, yeah, true. They broke up, huh, Robinho? True. But yeah, but that kind of, man, can I say something? 5 years ago, whenever they started just using AOJ, it was pretty obvious what's going to happen, you know? They don't need the support. They don't go train. They never gonna go train. Yay, Panchira. Checkmate Murrieta. Man, guys, if you're around Murrieta and Temecula, we have 2 checkmates over there. Go check them out, you know? And hit Pancho up, Elinho at Temecula. Amazing guys. Thiago, if you're around Costa Mesa, Praia Jiu-Jitsu, they're over there. Yeah, I have to shout out to my team, you know? It's like, shit. That's why I do the show, too. They support me. Not that I'll not shout out. Like, there's a bunch of people, too. Like, man, if they're from other teams, yeah, man. No, I like them, you know? But my team is my team. You know? So I had on my neck. What can I do? How has the culture changed from when you're blue belt to purple belt? Man, can I say something? I'm not even that old, but I think my generation was pretty much the last generation that jiu-jitsu, how I see it changed a lot is Robinho, Checkmate Bonaparte. And if you're in Tahiti, he has affiliation over there too. You know, and back to the thing, it's like, well, what changed I think about my generation today, as in team changing, man, people really have to think about it, because I think people are more grateful for the knowledge. I think that changed a lot. Jiu-jitsu is really good that they became a sport, and that's what brings the money and brings the student and make it grow. That I think that's what it freaking made it grow so much, But at the same time, we started losing the value again of the knowledge of, freaking how grateful you need to be. And even more the freaking martial art, Like the other day I was talking to Ronnie. He's listening to us, and he's a hobby U student. We were training over there, and after that we were talking about his old school too. And he was like, man, I bet there's people that freaking black belts out there, world champions, that if they need to fight someone on the street, and it's a biker guy, one guy that had a couple of fights on the street, they can get their ass kicked. There's people that don't know that the rules of jiu-jitsu, the point of jiu-jitsu, the point way, the way it is, the takedown, the sweep, the back, the mount, the side control, it's based on self-defense. They think it's just, I don't know what they think, but I asked the other day this brown belt guy from our team, and I was like, hey, what's up? You know why the points are like this? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, great. Because on a self-defense position, if you're on the back or you're in the mount, that's the best place you can be. If you got to take down the guy, it's a good thing. If you sweep the guy, it's a good thing because you can be in a better position. So you improved your position. You get out of the guard. That's, if you think in a self-defense situation, you improve yourself and you can only attack the guy, And people don't fucking know that. Iago. Yeah, Iagão. What do you think about the BJJ rules that could the federations change and get more exciting matches? Can I say something? The way that the rules are now, Iago, man, Iago's from Brotherhood. Love this kid. Amazing talent kid. Freaking beautiful jiu-jitsu, man. Renatinho. E aí, Renatinho? Man, I think, Iago, the way the jiu-jitsu is today, if they take... It's kind of weird, though. But if they take the advantage off, a lot of people will have problems. Because nowadays, I see it like people come in, and I remember of Renato Canuto right here that just got in, and he wrote it. Man, it's like the Lucas Valente, the Lucas kid from freaking Gracie Barra. He fights for one advantage. Levi, same thing. He freaking like sits his ass down, do it one advantage, and that's how he fights. Those guys, if you think and you take the advantage off, they will have to make a point. So they will freak out. I think you still have to leave the penalty, but you take the advantage off. I think the way jiu-jitsu is now, it's the opposite of why the reason that they did the advantage. They did the advantage because people were stalling. Now people stall because of the advantage. That Lucas kid. He sits his freaking ass only because he's super flexible. He does nothing. Then the guy on top needs to expose himself. Then he makes one advantage, and that's how it is. He barely freaking... Oh my God. 2 legends at the same time. Stop this thing. Megaton Diaz, man. And Marcos Buchecha. Wow. See, this is when you know your life is getting good. This now we got something going. 2 legends of the sport show up to listen to you talk some shit. But that's the difference, man. If you take the fucking advantage off, well, yeah. Agudo, what's up, Agudo? Man, maybe if you make it short, but then the short, they still gonna stall. That's the problem. The short matches, the 6 minutes, it's like 6 minutes, no advantage, just punishing. I think it's gonna be, I don't know. I think it's gonna be different. I think they should try it. Make the freaking, just take the advantage, see what happens, man. Then the kid's really gonna have to fight for points. Yeah. Oh yeah. Megaton has a lifestyle, man. That's definitely. And Nachinho made a comment over here, man. He's definitely has a lifestyle, man. He's a freaking legend, man. If you guys don't know, only guy that fought every single world championship from the beginning. All of them. Man, this is amazing. Yeah, man. Do you think matches should go to submission only? No. No, hell no. No. Because then the tournament will last 5 days. You can't. I think the advantage will make you score a point. So at least no advantage in just punishing. If no one fights, just start punishing really, really strong. Really, a little bit harder. Michael Araújo, how's it going, my friend? And I think it will be better. I think it will be better for the sport right now. Make bomba legal. 100%, man. I told you this last time. Last one, man. If make people more aggressive. That's how I see it. People that are 70 pounds, 170 with the strength of a 190. How can jiu-jitsu not be better? They have all the technique and they take a lot of bomba, man. It'll make more fun. Definitely make more fun. I think it should be legal. Look what happens. It fucks up the whole entire world. Look at Kainan, man. Took bomba and freaking won championship and did seminars and shit like that. And he got so fucking lucky the corona came. Oh my god, man. The year that he was gonna get punished, he got freaking out of it. Kaká joined it. Man. And again, man, I think the whole thing too is the lifestyle. Not lifestyle, oh lie. The style that people fight. Leozinho always told you this. You're remembered by the way that you fight. It's not how many titles you have. There's people that have a lot of titles, but people don't bring them up as an amazing jiu-jitsu fighters, They should how let people pull guard in the first minute. Yeah, part of it. It's a sports generation learn takedowns. Yeah, I think Agudo. I agree with you. It's like Agudo told me, it's like, man, they shouldn't let people pull guard. Yeah. Leozinho has this idea that he think people should be able to scored by side control, takedown, mount back. I don't think no sweep or guard pass. Side control. If you make the guy turn and you go to the side. Oh, let's talk about flow grappling. Oh my god, man. Flow grappling. Fuck those guys. You're not American. Can't talk about you. You're out. You're not from New York. You don't do heel hooks. Can't talk about you. Yeah, man. That's one of the reasons I really want this podcast to start working, man. And we have a lot of people, so I can talk some shit. I'll give credit. There's people that deserve it. If you do something good, I'll give you credit. If not, I'll talk shit about you. That's how it is. I'll give you my opinion about you. I'm not gonna just be nice to you just because you're someone. I think people need to know how it is. Yeah, Gordon grappling. Yeah, well, they need to ride the hype, But right now you can see it. Like, he's not gonna fight. Who's they gonna talk about? They're gonna have to find something else. They're gonna have to find someone, to talk about, instead of being fair to everybody. Pumping the sport up, They don't understand if the sport grow. What's funny? I don't know if you guys know this. Talking about rules, IBJJF is voting. It's making a voting about the teams. Yes, talk shit is my opinion. Exactly. That they're gonna put heel hooks because all the tournaments are losing jiu-jitsu or losing to the grapplers kind of situation, So they're gonna start allowing heel hooks on the no-gi situation, on the no-gi tournaments. Man, I love that shit. Make it jiu-jitsu mean again. Like my friend Hobson made a t-shirt, make jiu-jitsu mean again, Yeah, man, people should be able to heel hook. People don't know the defense for heel hook because nobody teach them. If you teach them, they're gonna learn. Simple as that. If it's inside the rules and you teach your students, they're gonna know the rules. That's how it goes, right? Shit. Man, it'll be a lot better, man. Fuck. It'll be nice. Fucking people heel hooking each other. Like freaking combat jiu-jitsu. I think that's the future of the sport right there. People should be more aggressive. They should really know. We need to bring back jiu-jitsu as a self-defense situation. You know, that's what we need to do. People need to be able to slap each other during the fight. Less shit talking will be happening. Not the good kind, the bad one. You know, taparia, yeah. Shit, man. I remember when I used to train Tereria, it was a bit like that. After the freaking tournaments, we still do like, we do stadium out and shit talking, slapping each other and trying to submit each other. You know, but that the good old days. Now people just want to sit on their fucking ass and fight for advantage. Again, that bunch of pissy shit. You know what's funny, man? Before the big guys used to be the ones that were horrible to watch. If you're old school enough, you know that. Before, back in the day, the heavy, super heavy, ultra heavy, nobody watched them. It was just like, whatever, these guys. The small little guys who put up the show. Now, man, nah, man, it's kind of hard, you know? Look at the difference, man. Look at the difference of 1 year to the other, right? It's like we had Renato Canuto, showman, it's himself, in the finals against Luca Lepri. That was a fucking final, man. An amazing final, you know? That was like 10 minutes of freaking fighting, you know? It doesn't matter the score. It was still an amazing fight. But then a year later, he fights Lucas Valente and nothing fucking happened. This was the most boring shit ass fight ever. So either you take the advantage or you make people with flexible little guards get punished even more because they're not attacking. So you make the guard a little bit more needed to be attacked, you know? But now look at the big guys. Fuck. They put up the show, you know? Look at freaking all those guys. Leandro, Pena, Ali, freaking all those guys. There's a blonde guy, girl, whatever you want to call him. I'm not going to say his name. But he's from the south part of Brazil. You know, you guys know who I'm talking about. You know, he's kind of delicate, but he has good energy and light. So when he fights, he uses the light and the energy, like his coach screams for him. You're better. You have more light. You have more health. But then he lost, man. You know? Buchecha is his friend. Buchecha loves him, right? Was that the guy that you're pointing, Buchecha? You asked him, like, hey, what's up? What happened? Have you seen? You guys saw that? Talking about shit talking? When the blonde person lost, Buchecha was like, what's up? He lost? Because why? Because that's the bad shit talking. You know, the shit talking like I do is just like my opinion or stories. It's the reality. People don't want to hear it because it hurts, but it's the reality. But you, before the fucking tournament, you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to win this shit. You know, nobody can beat me. I'm unbeatable. I have the best, the energy, the light. You know, it's on my side. I'm healthier. Look at my blonde hair and my coach with the scarf. Even though it's 105 degrees outside, he's still wearing that shit. And but we're not gonna say any names, you know. We can't, or else people get butt hurt and talk some shit. And goes over there and loses. So it's like, what do you think it is? You think you're Connor? You're not. Can't talk shit if you've never done anything. One of the best phrases I heard this Buchecha saying, you know, as a friend, he was like, this kid won. And he was talking some shit, and he was like, yeah, you know, I want to do this. He won this tournament in Brazil, and he was talking some shit, and he was like, blah, 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 blah. And my friend, Buchecha, was like, man, who the fuck this kid think he is? He only won 2 world championship. If you think about it on a black belt, it's like, shit, man. That's like a lot. But, you know, it's like, coming for someone that has 12, man, I don't talk. I pretty much what he wanted to say was like, man, I have fucking 13 to 11 at the time. It's like, I don't talk shit. You know, I don't call people out. You know? And you have this fucking kid that won 2, and it's like, I'm going to be the greatest. I'll fight anyone. I'll fight this person. I'll fight this. You guys going to see. He's right, you know? It's like, fuck, dude. Humble. People don't understand that being humble has nothing to do with how you believe on yourself and where you think you're going to achieve or how good you can be. You know, there's different kinds of humble. You can't be humble inside of yourself because what else your motivation and you don't believe in yourself. Another thing is Conor McGregor, blonde, little good energy kid trying to win. New generation, exactly, Yago, man. Freaking new generation of the sport, man. Megaton and Leozinho, man, they can tell me more. Back in the day, if half of these guys would talk some shit, man, that's always good. In the middle of the tournament, they'll probably drag people to the restaurant and be like, "Hey, you guys settle each other's argument over here right now." But fuck this new generation. Not fuck it, but you know what? You know what? I'm really happy, man. If you look the two kids right now, Rodrigo Jimenez and Vitor Hugo, man, they're kind of raised by old school, but they're new generation game. That's what we need on the sport. That's people need to understand, because they're grateful, they're respectful, but they still have an amazing jiu-jitsu, and they don't need to talk some trash and do all that stuff. They go over there and fucking do jiu-jitsu, man. In the end, you can talk as much as you want. If you can't fucking do your jiu-jitsu, fuck that, man. Back in the day, it was like that. Look, people were talking right here. They're like, man, I don't like you. Let's go to the restaurant. Or like, close your gym. We settle that shit down. If that thing came back, oh, man, the shit talking will go down a lot on the fucking sport. People not. No, we'll be raising some manly men again. Not this little ass to the air guard players for advantage. The worst part what really fucking pisses me off, man, it's the freaking people win by one advantage by stalling the whole entire fight, and they get up and they're like cheering like they're freaking the best fighter ever, like they submitted someone. Good lord, man. Pisses me off. Okay, really quick again, because I don't know if everybody that's listening, after this, tomorrow, I'm going to post a picture, True Talk BJJ Instagram. Tag 2 friends, hashtag True Talk BJJ. And someone's going to win a Shoyo Rogi. Shout out to Shoyo, Bear, Vince, the Bear, AJ, Marco, Tash, everybody over there that works over there. Thank you very much for supporting us to help you guys and let people know, and we have more subjects coming. I'll probably make a vote. DM me if you want to hear a story or some shit like that. Probably Leozinho, you're listening to us? I hope Leozinho is still out there. I'll probably bring Leozinho, man. I think he's the first good guest, Come on, I have to bring him, It's like, I don't know. I want to hold people because I don't want to have like an amazing guest right away, but not saying other people are freaking amazing. There's so many people, man, I would love to have on my show. If that's why I'll keep trying to have my show. But yeah, see, let's see here. He's an easy guy to catch and have it on my show. Once I figured out this microphone situation, man, if somebody knows a lot about it, help me out, man. I bought this thing, didn't work. New microphones are coming in. Then I'll be at home. I can try and. Leozinho has some stories, man. Leozinho has some stories. He been in this thing for a lot of generations, man. Call Buchecha? Nah, Buchecha's gonna come. I need Buchecha, Leo, Then I'll make him do a post and stuff like that. And he needs it. I need to ask his questions, It's like, what's up? What STD do you ever had? I don't want to ask, like, in the finals of the Worlds, 2005. What happened? Leo, look, Chico's gonna like this. I'll ask Leo, it's like, hey, is it true that the backflip that you did with Feitosa, it was Chico Mendes that taught you that, right? Because that's what I heard. That's what people told me, right? Well, Megaton, yeah, Leo, Megaton for sure, man. If he's ever around California, I would love to have him, man. Megaton definitely has some stories too, and he's a fun, definitely a lifestyle to talk about. It will be amazing to talk about with him on my podcast. I bet has the same person. I can see he having the same personality as me, and like not scared to talk the truth about some people, and just freaking let his opinion out on the mic, because I think that's what counts nowadays. We have too many people that just talk super nice to people, and they don't let people know what's really on people's mind, and what people talk inside the mat, and they never talk in a mic. So I think that's what I'm trying to do over here. I'm not a hater. I'm a true talker. Oh, Cali's later, man. I don't know. Talk about surf. I want to talk about shit first in jiu-jitsu, It's more fun. A little bit more fun. Kelly maybe in the future. Definitely. Talk about jiu-jitsu in his life, but definitely have some guys to talk some shit. I have a lot of guys, man. To come over here, talk some shit about people, about some subjects like roots changing, old school against new school, Going back to the subject, I would love to know what really. I didn't love to know, but oh shit! Another thing, Shanji is gonna create his own. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know if Shanji is gonna create his own gym or his own team. I don't know if he broke up with his brother and he's gonna create his own team, or he's broke up with his brother and he's gonna create his own gym. We need some insight on that. Yeah, that'll be the reason, because brothers, man, fuck. That's a different one. And it's Salo's birthday today, I think. People are posting. Six Blades BJ. Yeah, you should invite viewers during your live. Yeah. Who wants to talk to me? Elsie, you want to talk? People are scared, man. I don't know. I don't know. People are scared. I don't know. People. It's gonna be weird, because then it's like it's on the live, but then I can't have it on the audio, and it's kind of long already, man. How long it been? Few hours. I don't know. I can't freaking see, man. There's a huge number over here, 200 and something minutes, whatever that is. I don't think that is, man. It can't be. That's beat tempo. I don't know, man. I'm still learning how this thing is. It's the worst part is Fee gave me these microphones, and Bushesha? Yeah, shit. Where's Bushesha? Bushesha, how do I invite you? Let's talk some shit. Where's Bushesha? People are calling you out. You need to talk some shit over here on the live. Look at Bushesha, man. There's this guy. I don't know who is it. Leo Vieira. Yeah, this Leo Vieira BJJ is screaming your name over here. Yeah, man. Bushesha is too much of a nice guy. He doesn't like to talk shit about people. But one day we're gonna have him. I'll make the good questions on him. See what if he answers. Force him to answer some questions on our podcast. See if he had the guts to freaking do it. Chico for sure. Chico Mendes is a guy that when he comes where I go to Florida, I'll take everything that I have to just make an interview, do a podcast with him, because he's just like me too. He doesn't care. Chico has the balls to talk. That's true. He does. Man, I don't know. What do you guys think? Changing teams? Open new teams? Again, my opinion is just how you live, If you an asshole and you do some shitty ass things, you guys never gonna fucking have anyone's respect, But guys, I think that's it. I think that was an hour or so. Next time I'll have somebody else over here. Either I'll bring Lel, try to convince Lel Vieira. We'll see what happens. Guys, please go to YouTube, go to Instagram, Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe, like us, do whatever you guys can do. The gi situation is I'll put the rules, and you guys hashtag True Talk BJJ, follow me, show your row, tag 2 friends, and the day after, Saturday, I'll download this app, and we can pick the winner of the Shoyo gi. We have 2 sizes. I can text you the picture if you pick the size, and he'll still have more geese to give. I'll try to get you more stuff for you guys. You need to help who help us out. Hopefully you guys like it. Next time I'll try to talk a little bit more shit. DM me if you have some stories that you want to hear or talk about someone. We can always make a show about someone, about one person, in my opinion about it. Maybe we do the no-gi or the new generation, or, this kind of guy, so we can call out some names and talk some shit about it. A little bit more fun, right? Stories are fun, but telling some shit about people, not shit, opinion and true stories. That's it. Guys, thank you for listening. Hope you guys enjoy it. Until next time, the guys are from the live. Really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Thank you.